Hello, everyone. How are you doing? It's Kiara from KiaraJones.com. And I want to come in because I want to talk about client standards. Can we talk about client standards? All right. Look, y'all gonna have to deal with me. I am like, let me just move you like this. Okay. This is as close as we gonna get it. So we can talk to the YouTube family and we can talk to everyone. We can talk to everybody. Okay, so I had the most beautiful. First of all, can we take a moment? Have y'all ever had a moment where you just feel so grateful for the work that you do, for the connections that you have with your clients? And when you have these like points where you're just like, you're in awe, and not in awe because you don't know, right? Like you don't know the thing. Hold on now. Not in awe because you don't know the thing, but just like this reminder of this is the work that I get to do. Like I get to do this. I get to do this work. And so I want to talk about client standards because we can sit and we can, talk about the work for me personally that I do where I am coming in and I am helping my clients inside their business elevate their sales messaging, their positioning to be able to command pre-sold clients. And I'm actually going to share with you create pre-sold buyers and command them as pre-sold clients, right? And you're like, how can I create them? And I see so many women who are in a space where they're overthinking their like, sales skills. Like I need to go and improve my sales skills. In complete judgment. In complete judgment, right? As much as I'm judging my ashy hands. Now they ain't that ashy. They ain't that ashy, okay? But I do want to put some lotion on. In complete judgment of their sales skills like, okay, so I only convert, at maybe it's 30-50%, right? I had 2 sales calls this week and I closed one of them. So you're at a 50% conversion rate. I had an event a month or 2 ago and I closed, so an event meaning a webinar, or maybe you had a challenge or a workshop and you closed 4 people, right? And so maybe your conversion rate was like a 60%, right? And so you're like, I want it to be higher. And you hear about people having higher conversion rates, and so you are stressing out about it. And what I want to talk about is the invitation and the foundation of my entire work around pre-sold clients. Yes, I understand you need to they're a buyer first. So yeah, you're probably like, okay, well they're my buyer first. People call them leads, okay? Um my women and I don't tend to see our clients in a transactional way like as a number per se. Like we don't see that. We see the human, we see them and we see the transformation that they desire. And so right now, if you are in a space where yes, you are wanting to increase your conversions, you are wanting to be able to still have that high quality experience with your clients. You don't want to sacrifice the quality of your clients. And listen, depending on where you at, okay, we talk about these ages, we talk about these hormones, we talking about memory, brain fog, your energy at 3-4 p.m. in the middle of the day, right? Your nervous system. This is a real conversation that we need to be having as women entrepreneurs and women who run businesses, women who have other things that matter besides just the work that we do, right? We take care of a lot of things. We take care of a lot of people. And where do we fall on that list? And so I have a video over on the YouTube channel where I talk about your client quality being self care. And it is the very foundation. So to come back to a place where we're talking about your sales conversions, right? So for years, I have been known on these, online streets and offline, being able to support my clients and yes, elevating their high ticket sales messaging not just for your content on and offline, but the messaging to actually call in pre-sold buyers, the messaging to actually build pre-sold buyers, meaning individuals who actually have the intention to invest first and foremost. If you are wanting yourself to get to a place where you are increasing your conversions, but yet you are talking to individuals who have no intention to actually invest, who have no desire, forget the dollars. They don't even have a desire because y'all be confusing dollars. Like, because this, and I'm gonna tell you why. And I'm gonna tell you how you know. How many times have you had somebody who's like, I don't know if I can afford this. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I just don't know. And then an hour goes by, 30 minutes goes by, a day goes by, 2 days goes by. I want you to put in the comments, have you had this situation happen? I cannot count on my hands, my finger, well, my hands, my fingers, my toes. I need another person's fingers and toes, and I need another person's, like, how many dozens and dozens of times that this has happened for me, not even counting my clients. So then, okay, so the dollars wasn't really the issue, because when you have the desire for the transformation, when you have the desire for the support, the dollars is not really the issue. Because the reality is, and we talked about this on my inner circle call today, I've also been talking about this with my private clients where I'm coming into their business as a sales strategic partner into their business. We are not doing talk coaching. We're not going back and forth. If you see this whiteboard behind me, okay, I know some of you maybe not see it, but this whiteboard has been being used, okay? I was literally mapping out with a client her entire proposal, of which she won in 40 minutes. Okay. Sitting down, working on a client, her launch, and working on the messaging that we have extracted. We're going beyond that. So yeah, we did our coaching portion, and we did the what I call CEO expression extraction. So what you want to express and what you are embodying, extracting that, and we got the next level messaging, and we're amplifying the positioning. And now what do we do with it? Are you thinking that we're sitting there like, "Oh, yes, now you have your messaging. It's on this sticky note and it's pretty and it sounds amazing and it feels good." No, honey bunny, what you going to go do with it? And so going to the next level of, hey, this is where I'm going to insert this inside of at different points, depending on my client sales ecosystems and processes. So, oh, this is the content that you have in your business that you're focusing on. Okay, so do you know this content? This client focuses on their podcast or their YouTube. This client focuses. They have a sales event. Is their sales event a webinar? So that's what my clients that I was focused on last week. And so there was about 7 different things that I was writing out because my brain is seeing multiple things. My brain in no way sees, we did this messaging and that's it. No, that's why it's a messaging map for me. And that's why it's a sales messaging map. So if you are thinking that in any way you have people that are finding you right now and all you are doing is nurturing them, that's a problem. And that nurturing is effing up your nervous system. I said it. I said it. Nurturing is effing up your nervous system. If you need to screenshot that, quote that, go share that, just give me my credit. Just give me my credit at the Kiara Jones. That's all I ask. Okay. Because here's what it's doing. You're driving yourself crazy trying to convince people that are never going to buy. You're driving yourself crazy trying to convince people of your value who do not actually value getting true support, who need to be discounted and discounted and discounted on the discount and on the discount for them to move forward. And then what happens if they actually come in? Who do they become in the offer? So we do something called anti-client messaging versus aligned client messaging inside of the work that I do with my clients, okay? And so I was going through this with one of my clients who has the strategic sales partnership experience, where I'm actually going in and we're taking the messaging and we're putting it into, so we were doing like 2 or 3 different emails. We were doing scripts for some follow-ups. We were going through actual, and these are different, another client working on her actual webinar, of which she got her highest conversions ever. And she has actually been using this webinar over and over for months. On average, bringing in anywhere from 3 to 5 clients for a mid 4-figure offer. So it's about $4,500 for this offer. And there is an upsell to the offer as well. Okay. And that upsell to the offer is 5 figures, right? And so we've had folks who've gone from who've upsold, right? And so being able, though, to watch clients who have people who want to move forward even before if it's sales event for them, is amazing. The only way that you have that happen is because upfront you stood your ground on your client standard. That's the only way that that happens. And so when I shared that I had a moment that just allowed me to be in a place of gratitude with my work, I sat down and I thought about, I want to talk to you about, just share a little story. So I have a client who has been in business for a couple years, and she's had every type of sales event you can think of for her different launches. And she has sold high ticket, low ticket, mid ticket, all of the things. She's hit, she's had 5-figure years and she's had 6-figure years. Okay. And been in different points in her business, and also had different points of her mindset, meaning, some years where she felt like the bomb.com that she is, the powerhouse, and some years where she just temporarily didn't fully see herself, and that's okay. All right. And so a part of this, when we talk about client standard, is her being in a space where she found herself settling. She found herself settling for the clients that were coming to her, the people who were booking calls. So she'd find herself accepting some of those calls, even though inside she was like, I don't think this person is a fit. She found herself entertaining their DMs. She found herself overextending, right? Information, over explaining. I mean, it felt like she was having a whole nother masterclass on top of the masterclass that she already gave. But it was a one-on-one masterclass. Like, okay, I gotta reteach you, I gotta reprove, I gotta, educate you, even though you booked this call with me, or you slid into my DM after you already got the value that I already gave, but let me like re-give value. And then you find yourself doing the cycle over and over again. And so then to come into a space where we're literally sitting down, right? And so this is actually my notes from today, just hiding some things. But to be able, y'all see, I got my little what are these? The sticky note things. And we have an actual tool that we use, and that I created for my clients, where we're going through, I just take handwritten notes sometimes for certain things, but we're going through preparing for, I believe it was 3 or was it 4? It was a couple of her sales calls that were coming up. And there are things that I look out for. And one, when I talk about the messaging map, right? And my brain going into a space of like, I see there's like 5 different things that I'm looking at when I'm looking at one thing. I am looking at, where does this fit into your content front facing. I am looking at in your long form and your short form. I am looking at, where does this fit inside of your sales assets. So for you, if that's parts of your lead magnet, I am looking at parts of your sales emails. And then that differs if it's a sales event. right? Because there's multiple versions of emails that we need. And there's other touch points that are happening throughout your sales process. And then looking at certain, depending on what outreach you want to do, DM outreach, if your team is calling or if you text or call or whatever. Um, and then also looking at the actual experience of the event itself. How are we actually creating connection, creating urgency, not just during the event? One, I see a lot of, I was going to say mistakes, mishaps, a lot of missing opportunities inside of the event itself, but also before. And I want to say this, at no point are any of these sterile, nasty, gross, not humanized ways of connecting. What I pride myself on is that my clients and their communities, their audiences, they share, "Oh my goodness, I've never been touched like this before. I've never felt seen like this before. I've never felt heard like this before." And it is most times it has nothing to do with, like, that they had a one-on-one call. Like, there's times where it is an email. It's times where it's content, public facing content that was talking to 100 other people in the same moment, but it felt like they were the only ones in the room. So when I talk about messaging that gets your people to move, and when we connect that back to your nervous system and nurturing, driving yourself crazy, constantly nurturing people that don't want to freaking move. This is why you have to protect your client standard. And this is why you need to shift into a space of what I call permission to pre-sell. You have to be unapologetic about it. If you have something coming up around it, we need to be talking like yesterday. Because right now, today, you cannot afford any longer holding space for people that want to hold up your time for the transformation that they're not even ready for, that they're not ready to invest in, that they have no intention of investing in, and that they have no intention of investing in at the level of which you invest in, of which you show up for, because you make a time commitment, you make a time investment. You've already made investments in how you've shown up for yourself and all the things that you've done to build that knowledge, to build that expertise, to build that framework and that method and all the things that you've done. And so then you get into these spaces where, again, you start to find yourself settling for parts of who you know you should be working with. And then you get to a place where, oh my God, because I've done this, now I'm in a situation where, ooh, I feel like I have to take on this client. I feel like I have to sell this way. I feel like I have to do this. And now I'm showing up in my sales conversations, DMs, sales events, and I am massively in desperate energy. Now I'm massively disconnected. Now I'm calling in and attracting people that I really don't want, but I have no choice because now I don't have the income that I desire, even though I'm overworking. Even though I'm working 12 hours a day, I don't have the income to match. Even though I'm showing up 10 toes down and I'm creating the thing, I'm creating the content. Ain't nobody say you not. Okay, sis, I know you are. I see you. I can look at your stuff. Now, you don't make no stories now. I know you done got a little inconsistent sometimes, but that's because you are frustrated. You're mad. Get mad so we could do something about it. You're mad. You have resentment around the times that you showed up. But it feels like they didn't show up for you. The money didn't show up for you. The conversions didn't show up for you. And then you're like, "Oh my God, but I did convert some clients." And so you're like, "Oh, I should feel grateful." Yes, feel grateful for those that have said yes and that have come into your world and come into your space. And know that there is more, but you are going to have to hold your client standard. So when I go back to thinking of these moments with my clients, as I think about, of course, this has been happening for years, but when I just am really tapping into a space where I'm just in a place of gratitude of, oh my gosh, I'm watching myself call my women back into the room with their client standard. Over and my I must have a package coming or something. Y'all, Jackson Jr., they just, I don't know if you hear them, my doggies. Um like coming back to and staying in your client standard. And so, what if some of this is really one, you have to get clear on what your client standard is, and you also have to have the support to stay in the room with it. Because since you don't have that, since you only have VAs and assistants, which we are grateful for the support that they're able to give, but you need a strategic lens. You need a strategic partner in your business who's going to not say, oh my goodness, we have 1,000 or 2,000 or 2,500 or I don't know, 30,000 views or whatever. We went viral for the day. That don't excite you. You got excited for the minute. And I understand why your assistant is excited, but your brain is like, wait a minute, who booked the call from that? Did the people who booked the call from that, are they a fit for our stuff, for our program? Can they afford what we offer? We sell a $4,500. We sell a $5,000. We sell a $7,500. We sell a $10,000, $15,000. Can these people afford what it is we offer? Heck, if you want to go back, we sell a $1,500 to a $3,500 offer. Can they afford that? Are they a fit for that? When they come into my world, are they going to be a fit, or are they just going to be going through my funnel? So now you're looking at your stats, and your stats are all wonky from an ad standpoint, from an email standpoint. And let's not even talk about the fact that you are paying for these people. You're paying for these people on your email list for every single one of them, depending on the packages that you got and everything, right? And you're looking at your numbers. My open rates are this, and my open rates are that, and my clicks are that, and my clicks are that. And then you're going and you're doing these, speaking and collabs and bundles and all these things. I'm gonna grow my audience. Oh my goodness. I had somebody come in and literally they were growing their audience 100 to 150 people every time they would do these summits and stuff, and they were so excited. And my very first question with them was, okay, how many of them convert? And when they convert, are they actually like a high quality client for you? And high quality for me does not have anything to do with the number. Are these individuals who came in and were ready and committed to do the work? What were their results like? How did they show up inside of the intensive, the VIP day, the retreat, the mastermind, the inner circle, the membership, the whatever it is? How did they show up? Did they do the work? What was their result? What is the testimonial that's going to be received after this? Or did they need a chargeback? Did they need to do a chargeback? Did they decide to do a chargeback? Did they have an issue and need a refund? Were they a problem client? Were they a bad apple and started to plant bad seeds in the group space? Now, this one's my favorite. Now, we've done so many coaching calls on this. When you get off of a conversation with this individual, did they give you life? Like enough to where, you got off and you wanted to do a live stream. You wanted to go create 3 reels. You wanted to go write an email. You wanted to go like walk down the street and record a quick little audio podcast. You wanted to do something that made you want to go talk to 5 more of them. Did you want to go call in 10 more of them? If you did not, that was not your person. Oh, but you called 100 of them in. You're excited about that? Meanwhile, then you over here start questioning parts of your work. Do you see where I'm going with this? This is the real conversation. I know y'all like, Kiara, what in the world? Why you coming for me? I'm not coming for you, baby. I am calling you higher. I am calling you to the client standards of which you already have for yourself. They are deep in you. And you now need to have a strategist by your side who's going to help you stay in the room with it. One, always, forever. Okay. Stay in the room with it. Two, who's going to actually help you understand this is what we need to tweak specifically inside of your messaging and your positioning so that you call them in. So stay in the room with it. Okay. And what we going to do about it? Because, okay, we stayed in the room. I'm in the room with it. Okay. Now what? Yeah. Stay in the room. And let's actually shift the messaging to make sure that that is who we are attracting and calling in. And then let's actually integrate and install it across your entire business. I'm going inside of your business so that we can start to shift parts of your high ticket sales content, parts of your strategy with your sales calls, before, during, and after, the actual sales messaging that you need to close those clients. All right. The sales events that you have before, during, and after. Okay. And then the sales assets that are in between all of these touch points, because y'all keep forgetting them. You do. And then what actually needs to be in place, what actually needs to be sprinkled throughout. You know how you season every layer of when you're cooking? Y'all are not seasoning every layer of when you cook. This is called the sales seasoning. This is what this is. We got to season the sales throughout. You have to sprinkle it throughout. My honey bunny just told me that the ice cream parlors are opening back up. That's like our thing when spring is coming. And so I am a vanilla ice cream cone girl. I like rainbow sprinkles. I like extra sprinkles. I like the crunch. Okay. So I like it when I have sprinkles. I want sprinkles, not in every bite, but I don't like when they're just on the top and then they're gone. I'm like, I would like a little bit extra sprinkles, please. Okay. So we got to sprinkle them throughout. This is what I mean by building, creating your pre-sold buyers. You get to do that. You are in charge of that. You are in control of that. I shared this in a couple of videos last week, and my clients, we talk about this all the time. I talk about rabbits and turtles. We are not in charge of how fast someone moves. We're not. Somebody could move, fast like a rabbit, rapid rabbit. Somebody could move, take slow, take your time, turtle. Okay. Or they could be in between. What we are in charge of is at any touch point when they're ready, are we making an invitation? Are we helping them make that decision? Are we giving them the information that they need to make an empowered buying decision? Because that's the other part of this. This is not manipulation. This is not manufactured urgency. This is the most beautiful way that you, as a high impact, high integrity woman, this is the most powerful way that you actually get to sell. So instead of you stressing yourself out, like, oh my God, I'm going to do more things to book more quantity of sales calls. Why don't you actually focus on getting higher quality clients, like people who actually have the intention to buy, more pre-sold buyers? Why don't you focus on getting those individuals on the call? If you actually get more pre-sold buyers on your calls, and you keep the same number of calls, but you get people who actually have the intention to invest, who actually move forward faster, who are already aligned, who see, recognize, respect your value and your rates and aren't questioning it, aren't taking up your time for you to explain all the reasons why. They've already come ready to make a decision. You are going to increase your sales conversions without increasing the number of calls you do, without increasing the number of people that you need to talk to, the number of hours it takes you to talk to them, the number of, ways that you need to be convincing them, the number of times you need to dance to prove your value and how good you are, doing moves you don't even know how to do. trying to entertain them and perform. No, no. People who come already seeing your value because you've pre-positioned it. That's what we focus on doing. So when I start out with you and we do a couple of intensives in the beginning, it literally takes like the intensives that I've had with my clients, we do them 1 or 2 times. It depends on how they break them up. If we need to do any updates, we do, because I have some clients where, like, we did an intensive a year ago or 2 years ago. So of course we need to like do some refresh and stuff like that. But we literally are able to, within 9 months, have taken 1 or 2 intensives, and it's taking us through all of which we need. And of course, like, we're back and forth in your private coaching channel chat, and we're able to continue to update parts of, okay, this is the angle that we need for positioning this particular sales webinar, for positioning this masterclass, for positioning this lead magnet. You get away from, you're just doing content for content's sake, just to check a box. You're not a content creator, but your nervous system is burnt out because you keep trying to operate as such. It works when it's bringing clients in, when it's bringing in pre-sold buyers who have the intention to invest, who want to move forward, to commit to transformation, to support. When you start feeling like, okay, this ain't working, I don't want to do this, this is not working, because you're a smart woman. You're not stupid. So then you go into a space of, okay, I just need more people. But then you keep using the same type of messaging, the same style of positioning, and you keep not including the same things inside of all of your touch points about your whole sales process. So here's what I want to share with you. Right now, I want to connect with you. And I want to connect with you because I want to support you in refining your sales messaging so that you are able to position your high ticket offers and the transformation that you help your clients experience more powerfully. And in that process, I help you by going inside of your business as we amplify your sales messaging, your positioning. I'm going inside of your business and I'm supporting you by helping you integrate that next level messaging and positioning that's going to be selling you stronger. I am actually inside of your business, going through exactly where you need to be putting that messaging and that content, that messaging, that positioning inside of your content, inside of your sales events, inside of your sales calls, the process before, during, after, for the calls, for your sales events, and your sales DMs. So, how do you sell right now? Do you sell through your sales calls and consults? Do you sell through DMs? Or do you sell through your sales events, challenges, webinars, workshops, virtual or in person? Those are the big three that my clients sell through. Now, of course, you have sales pages that support them, okay? But if you know that that is like a secondary support, that still matters. And for some of my clients, their people never even go to a sales page too. Okay. So, and this is literally for up to 5-figure offers. Like, I have clients, and even myself, where we have clients who have never gone to who have never gone to a sales page. Many of my clients with a 5-figure offer, we actually, I'm going to say many, not all, but many of them, we actually don't even have a sales page for their 5-figure offer. They don't even like, because when pre-sold people are ready, when pre-sold people are ready, they don't waste your time with all the things that they need to do and see. It's distractions. Oh, well, are you going to send me your testimonials? And are you going to send me this proof? And are you going to send me a copy of your certification? Are you going to send me a copy of your degree? Are you going to send me a copy of your birth certificate? Are you going to send me a copy of your passport, your photo ID? Are you going to send me a copy of your fingerprint? Are you going to send me a copy of like your blood work? Are you going to send me a copy of a straight of your hair? Are you going to send me a copy of your DNA? All to waste time on saying no. All to distract saying no. Empowered buyers don't do that. Now, there is nothing wrong if clients need to see that. And so we have leverage things like our PDFs, things like a sales one pager, a sales PDF, a sales presentation that have sold five-figure offers. I'm 4 and 5-figure offers. Okay. So a $5,000 offer, a $10,000 offer, 12, $13,500 offer, 15, $18,000, 35,000, 25, $35,000, all the way up to 95,000, $100,000 offer. Okay. So yes, we're still creating copy. We're still creating assets around it. We're not creating that. But if you are finding yourself swimming in the weeds, being in the back end so long, then and like that's a part of you distracting yourself. And then you have to ask yourself, is that a part of my sales self-sabotage too? Me losing myself back there. Okay. So I want to support you. If you want to have a conversation where we talk about what would you having me as a sales strategic partner in your business look like? We're not doing talk coaching. We're not doing talk consulting where I'm just here and I'm like, yeah. So are you? Oh, we just got this next level message. Great. We got it on this sticky note. Awesome. It's on the piece of paper. You got it on there. Okay. Well, I'm going to talk to you in a week, in 2 weeks, in a month, in 2 years, in 5 years. And then you tell me how it went when you implemented it, when you did it. Okay. And then we'll talk. Oh, you didn't implement it. You didn't use it. You were confused at where to put it. You went to the sales content and then you looked and you were like, wait, where did Kira say to do? And what did she say? And she said to go like that. And what was it? No. Let me show you what happens instead. This is you. I have arrived to the call. You don't have to do that if you want to. I have arrived, but this is the energy. You arrive in your full power. I've arrived to the call. I am open and ready. Go ahead, extract it all out of me. So I get to sit back and I get to ask you, one, there's some pre-work, and then I also get to ask you questions that allow us to go deeper, to get everything that we need to pre-sell your people. So we deliver pre-sold people to your sales calls, to your sales DMs, to your sales events, into your sales funnel. Every single thing. Because you have all of it up in here. You got it between your head and your heart because you're a very smart woman. You're a powerhouse. You know that, girl. Straighten up that crown. Straighten up that crown. You know. But here's the thing. You're working with VAs who are like, hello, do you want me to post today? And you're also client asking for something. What are we eating for dinner? Where's my shirt? Did we do the laundry? You're like, did I take my vitamins today? Have I hydrated? Did I drink my protein shake? Did I finish my protein shake? Did I hit my macros today? Did I work out? Did I leave did I walk today? Did I step out the office and go do something? Did I shower today? Did I put deodorant today? Did I do that? Did I was there something I was supposed to mail out? Was I supposed to send an invoice? Was I supposed to do a Stripe link? Did I send a person the right link in the proposal? Does it work? You are doing lots of things all while being in your genius and your mastery. Absolutely. But instead, what if you just sat in your mastery and your genius and you got to just have someone beside you who knew exactly what to ask you that actually didn't overwhelm you and take you out your flow? It actually caught you deeper into it. And they just understood exactly what to ask you. I can't tell you, in the last couple days, I've asked my clients 3 particular things. Okay. I'm getting a couple messages. 3 particular questions. Okay. Help it. There's lots of things, but one, we've gone through sales calls. These are clients of mine who have been selling before they ever met me. This is not about, oh, Kiara wants to teach me how to sell. That is a part of it, okay? Because my clients are like, here, I've been selling for a long time, and you have been helping me sell in a way that I've never sold before. This is one about transforming how you have even thought about sales. Because one, this is not going to be a conversation for right now because I'm waiting for our food to come and get delivered. So we're not going to start this. But the real thing is, y'all have been hiding your selling. You're waiting for the behind the scenes of your sales calls. You're waiting for the behind the scenes of your sales DMs. You're waiting for the behind the scenes of your sales events to sell. You need to bring that up front. Okay. That's going to be that. And we need to talk about why you're not bringing it up front. And we need to talk about how you need to bring it up front. And we need to talk about how to do it in a way that embodies your essence. See, what's never going to happen is you are ever going to show up and feel like you're not you. Because that's what you think has to happen in your sales conversations and your sales events. You think you got to be somebody else. You think you have to sell in a way that does not feel right to your spirit. That's not what has to happen. You get to show up and be all of you because you're about to bring in aligned clients. They're going to get all of you back there, aren't they? Why can't you show up fully up front? Because they're already going to get her back there. That don't make sense. We might as well give them all of you up front. Oh, that actually is going to call in exactly who you desire anyway. So now you're going to have even more aligned, delicious clients anyway, who are perfectly aligned to you. I have clients who I feel so deeply connected with. It's like we could all go on an island and just live and exist. And like we would be fine. We would be completely fine because we just, we just here. We just get each other. We just get each other. And it's so healing. It's so healing. And it's so refreshing to go into a space where you stop policing yourself around how you're supposed to show up and how you're supposed to sell and how you're supposed to do your content, how you're supposed to speak. And that's a part of why you don't sell up front is because of who you think you need to be and then how you think it's perceived when you sell. So would you rather keep wasting your time and hiding your selling up front so that you can get people in the back end who might want to buy from you, who might not, in the hopes that you might convince them to buy? And you might not waste your time and they might not be a maybe after you spend 45 minutes or an hour and a half talking to them. And maybe they won't be a false yes, or maybe they won't be a, oh yeah, maybe, I don't know. I got to talk to my husband. I got to do this. I got to do that. Would you, is that what you want to risk? All because you want to keep doing the way you're doing it. Okay. Okay. However, if you actually desire at this stage in your business, because one, this is not about how much money you make. This is not about how many people on your team. And this is not about, where you feel like you should be. You need sales at every point in your business, and you need to start elevating your sales system at every stage of your business. Now, you have an assistant right now. If you have at least one assistant right now, and you are in a space where you know the things that they are putting out isn't 100% pre-selling your people, so you're doing a whole bunch of nurturing, you're doing a whole bunch of educating, giving value, showcasing, bringing in your credibility, all that stuff is happening, but it's not moving people. Moving them to take action, not moving them to ask for more free stuff, not moving them just to sign up for your free events to see how much they can suck up out of you because that's already been happening. No, but if you actually want people who actually have the intention to be activated for action, because they're already taking action and they have the intention to invest in support now, not later, not in a year, not I came for information. No, not that intention. The intention to invest right now and do it in an empowered way because they already have been tapped into in their what I call internal urgency to make empowered buying decisions. That's what we get to bring. That's one of the things that I bring into your sales content. So those are the things that you and your pretty little brain, you just need to sit down. You could sit down, or I have some clients who go on a walking treadmill. They'll just be on the cart, whatever floats your boat. But the point is, you allow yourself to literally have questions be asked upon you, but understand exactly what the questions need to be that actually are going to lead to the specific answers I need from you that are going to extract and pull out content when you don't even know what's happening. It is the funniest thing. My clients at the end, it'll be storytelling. It'll be objections. It'll be client stories. It'll be testimonials. It'll be random stories that happen to them in the hair salon, that happen to them with their families, whatever. And in the end of it, I'll say, oh, okay, I got 5 pieces of content. And they're like, wait, what? And then I'll go through it and it connects back to their business. And they're like, oh my God. And then they'll message me 24 hours later, like, oh my God, do you know that funny funny story that we share. I had a client who messaged me like, how are you in the bathroom with me in the shower? How did you know that that happened and this happened and this happened and that happened? So that's what's happening in your content. I've had clients do the same. I'm taking their stories and I'm taking their testimonies and I'm taking their objections. I'm taking all these things and I'm infusing it throughout their webinars. And literally they message me like, Kiara, do you know we got quadruple the number of calls booked from the webinar? This has never happened for me in literally 5 years, 10 years, 8 years, because my clients are in business, different time frames. I've had clients who literally have had people who are on their events with them before they even come to the event, who are already booked and paid because of our pre-event messaging strategy that we put into place for pre-selling. It's all about the pre-selling strategy. And there's specific things, because I believe in you having a personalized pre-selling strategy. There's a personalized pre-selling formula for you and for your business. There are core elements that do exist, right? Just in general for a pre-selling strategy. But from there, we personalize it for each of you. So if you are wanting someone who is going to truly be a partner with you in your business, who's going to sit with you in your brain, who's going to sit at the intersection of your head and your heart and your wallet, of your head, your heart, and your wallet, and your client's head and heart, and again, your wallet, and I guess their wallet. Like if you want somebody who right there, I'm your girl. I'm your girl. That's what we do. Do you want me to draw a picture? I would draw it over here, but listen, let me show you. So this is your head. This is their head. This is your heart. This is their heart. Okay. This is their, y'all. Why is their wallet a triangle? It might be. This is their wallet. This is, y'all, what am I doing? This is their wallet. And guess what? This is me. Usually, y'all know I have my hair curly. And I'm in the middle. Y'all, I am being funny now. But that's where I sit. That's where I sit. And I am taking from your head and your heart. Okay. We're taking the full embodiment in essence. That's why the extractions are very important. And they happen with our initial CEO intensives. Okay. And then from there, we have our private coaching channel, our private communication chat channel. And I literally get to do that. Whether we're doing it depending on where we are. You know, if you're in the middle of a launch, we're talking a little bit more, right, during the week. But we're chatting throughout the week, we're chatting throughout the month, right? We're talking. I'm going through, hey, these are the sales calls, right? So literally, I was going through two or three of my clients' forms, like the intake forms that your people fill out, and helping her see so that you start to see this is also how my mind works. These are the things that I see before the call. And these are 3 things you would have never touched on in your sales call, because y'all are skipping things in your sales calls and then wondering why the sales call is not converting. And then there's also been times where, let's say you are moving fast, you go and you do a sales call, whatever, and then we got to do some follow up and we go ahead, we close that client in the follow up. Maybe you didn't get them in the call. And it's like, hey, when did you have a call? I didn't even know. And now we're doing a follow up strategy to bring them back in, right? Because we need to, they were an aligned client and there was something that was extremely important that was missed. And that was the only thing that was missed that would have got them in. Wait, what? No, come on. You know? And then of course, being able to get clients in sometimes like, oh, I can cancel my sales call because I'm in. I don't need a call. Or it's just happening through a DM. So every client has a different pathway, a different touch point, all of these different things. So what you got is a headache from non-pre-sold clients who are playing in your face. And that's not what you desire, you deserve. Not at this stage in the game. Not for you. Your nervous system, it needs to have sustainability. It needs to have standards. It needs for you to own the standard. So this is beyond us coaching you through your client standards. That's important. We got to go beyond that. Because for some of you, if you've ever been coached to your client standard, but you keep getting out of the room with it because you never switched the messaging. You never upgraded the messaging. You never refined the messaging to go with it, the positioning to go with it. And then you didn't actually have a strategist to help you keep it and implement it and hold it and keep elevating it and keep optimizing it. Oh, you had a VA, but the VA asked you, or the OBM asked you, your assistant asked you, your content, your marketing assistant asked you, they still asked you, what do you want me to do with this? The only thing I'm going to ask you is, hey, what did you talk about with that? Okay, thanks. I'll be back. And that might take 1 minute. However long it takes you to tell me a story that your heart is already like, the only reason it's long, or how long you take, is because your heart is like, oh, you want me to talk about this or that? Oh, yeah, I can talk about that all day. The stuff that you're getting asked right now from your team, you're like, I don't want to answer this. I don't feel like opening this Slack. I don't feel like opening up this Voxer. I don't feel like opening up whatever, wherever y'all communicate. I don't feel like, I don't want to talk about that. Big difference. And then we get to the place where I actually just, hey team, this is what you just go put this. This is what we're putting out. This is the angle. These are literally the things that we need to be talking about in the podcast for the next 30 days. These are the things that we need to have included for the next 60 days. This is what you need to be creating, because everything comes back to, and yes, I'm clapping, client conversions. You're not a content creator. You create impact, and yes, you create influence. But the most powerful part of your impact and your influence happens in your offers, not in your content upfront. So let your people know about the stuff that you offer up front. Now, of course, I'm saying it short, but they need to understand that that's an investment and why they need to be investing. And there are very specific things that your ideal client needs to know and hear. And all of that stuff that you're doing behind the scenes in your calls is making them long, that's causing you to get off the call and not converting, that's causing you to have to follow up 5,000 times. All of that type of stuff that's giving you those headaches, burning you out, make you want to not do calls, and you want to switch to a low ticket business model courses, even though you really don't want that. It's going to take a lot of time, a lot of traffic, a lot of ads, a lot of this. You're driving yourself crazy. Nervous system. You're driving yourself crazy, all because you don't want to just commit to, this is my client standard, and I'm hiring Kiara to be my sales strategist and partner in my business, because she's going to support me in refining every part of my messaging and my positioning that goes into every single touch point, every single thing that my client sees, hears, listens to, interacts with. Before my sales calls, sales DMs, sales events happen, all the assets in between, every single touch point, that is something that is pre-selling them. So there is no reason why they get to points with me and they are not ready to buy. This is how we elevate your conversions without sacrificing the quality of your clients, without your nervous system going crazy any longer. We actually protect it. We actually bring it back home. And you get to stay in your genius while I'm in mine, boo. Okay? This is how you deserve to be supported at this capacity, at this level. Don't make stories that could be coming up for you about when you need this and if you're ready for this. Let's have a conversation so I can show you, where would this fit inside of your business model and sales process right now today? You have sales calls, conversations, events, DMs happening? I think you do. And if you don't, please send me a message. Please send me a message so I can send you something to help you, baby. Please. But I know you watching this and you got sales conversations that are happening, whether they're in a one-to-many situation like a sales event, whether it's virtual or in person, whether it's a one-on-one sales conversation, a call, video call, phone call, if it's in person, consult, doesn't matter, or if it's happening in DMs, okay? And you have sales assets in between them. right? From your content to parts of your lead magnets to parts of your core content, your long form content versus your social media content, right? Real time short form content, okay? Your email sequences and automation, so parts of your funnels, right? You have these things that are going on, etc. And all of these are touch points that I see too many powerhouses dropping the ball on and then blaming themselves, or if they happen to have a salesperson, on, oh, this wasn't a quality lead, it was the lead, it was the sales tactic, I need to go do this with my sales process, I need to do this, I need to do that. You then burning yourself out trying to I'm going to increase the ad budget, we need more people booking a call, I'm going to, do more collaborations and get 100 more people, on my list every month. Okay, everything else is the same. Nothing else changed but the number of people. So therefore we could make a very educated guess that, the percentage is still going to stay the same. Versus if you actually understood, well, here's how I get my people more pre-sold, more pre-qualified. Here's how we pre-position, and not just pre-sharing, here's what I do and how I do it. That's not pre-positioning. Okay. That's just letting them know your credibility and all that type of stuff. That's not getting them to move on their credit card. That's just showing them that you have a degree or certification or like what you know how to do. And that's not disrespecting your beautiful, amazing brilliance. But I need you to understand that if that was it, there would be no issue of this epidemic we are in of underpaid and underrecognized powerhouses. But we're in an epidemic of it. That's how serious this is. And then it's causing people who don't even have half of the integrity, the heart, the expertise and knowledge that you have to just pass you by. So now they're working less while you work more and you make less and they work more. And they're getting the clients that you should be having. They're getting the clients that are going to come to you in a year. And the clients that are going to come to you in a year from them are actually telling you, oh my gosh, can I somehow pay half of this? Because I already paid that person 2 times this or 4 times this, but you're cheaper. Oh, and you seem better. I wish I would have come to you first, but I went to them first and paid them 2 times, 3 times, 4 times as much, 10 times as much. But I want to come to you, but you seem better, but I want to pay you less because I don't have it because I paid them. And now I really don't trust. And I'm jaded and I feel this and this and this and this and this. And now I'm trying to like not pay you that much, but I paid them that much. But okay, all right, okay. Mm. We have to pre-sell your people. It is the most powerful thing that you can do, is to actually let your folks have the information that they need in the correct order, in the correct way, in the correct process, hit all the elements that it needs to hit for your ideal client. And we have to personalize that for your ideal client, for your method, for your work. And that's what we do when we personalize your pre-sale strategy. So if you want to work together for me to build out your pre-sales strategy, if you want to work together for me to support you in elevating and refining your sales messaging and positioning so you can actually command the rates, your full rates, okay? So we can actually build pre-sold buyers, okay? So we can sprinkle this so I can go inside of your business and actually support you at the capacity that you desire and that you deserve. So you and your brain don't have to be in the space of how do I apply this? Here you go. Here's how. Here's where. Here's what. Up this week we got to put this here. This week we got to put this here. Okay, this month we're focused on selling this. Okay, this 2 months we have a launch coming here. Okay, so here's what we need to be doing for the next 8 weeks to prepare us for this launch. Actually, that's what I was doing with a client today in preparation of a launch that she's having. Right? So we got to be talking about these things. We have to be sprinkling these things throughout. And they will increase, right? How you launch. They will increase your conversions, right? I am getting so many DMs right now. I think there literally has been 3 or 4 that have come through. So sorry that I'm hitting the camera over here. So, honey bunnies, I am sending you so much love. I hope that you feel this power around the work that you already do, that you already have done, the results that you already have gotten. And I hope that you feel fired up for us to amplify it more. I hope that you feel fired up around what you deserve and around what you desire. I hope that you feel fired up for us to take it to the next level together. I hope that you feel fired up for us to refine every part of your messaging and your positioning so that we can bring in more pre-sold buyers into your world. The people that truly need you and that actually have an intention to invest in it, who don't just want to use you, who don't just want to take what they can get, who don't want to see how much you're going to let them get and take for free or as little as possible before you say no, who want to keep challenging you in that way. No, we are going to hold your standard together for the standard of the client that you desire, you deserve always, and you always have. You always have deserved them. We're going to hold that because there's nothing more powerful than, like, if you want to constantly do mindset work on something, there is nothing more powerful than being able to actually shift the messaging and the positioning and actually shift these elements tangibly inside your business and watch them work. I will never forget a text message I got from a client. She's in Canada, and her telling me, I have heard for years. So she had a successful podcast. She had been interviewed internationally on different platforms. She had a couple programs that she had launched and helped women all over the world, right? And so we started working together. And I can remember her texting me, like, I have heard for years people talk about like soulmate clients and like dreamy clients. And she was like, oh, okay, like whatever. And she was like, oh my God, Kiera, I get it. I get what they meant by a soulmate client. I can't believe I never experienced, through all the things that I've done, I never experienced this. I never allowed this for myself. It is beautiful. They come in faster. They bring their friends. They are they're your favorites to work with, right? You go to brunch with them, like especially if you travel, and then you're like, hey, I'm going to be in your town. I'm going to be in your country. I'm going to be near you, and you're like, we're only going to be at brunch for an hour. We're only going to be at brunch for 90 minutes. Like, let's say you with your family. This has happened to me. True story. And your family calling you like, are you almost done? Because we're about to leave. We thought you said it was going to be an hour and a half. I know. We can't stop talking, right? This is what you get to have, but you have to hold the standard, and you get to have an actual part of your team who holds the standard. All right. So if you want for us to have a conversation about how I can come into your business, be by your side, and be a part of your team in that capacity, because I want you to get out of this mind of, I am going to get coached through this. This is so much more. And we will share how this can look for you and your business. We will break down. I geek out on this. We're going to go into assets, right? And I have clients who have one or two assets in their business. I have clients who only have, one sales process in their business. And so you are going to be in a space where, you are going to, sorry, I got another DM. You are going to be in a space where you get to experience it. So don't make it like I have to have this complicated 20-part sales process, all these automated machines behind me, systems and processes, and I have to be in a space where I have 5 to 10 team members. No, I've had clients who literally have one content marketing assistant. All right. Who helps them with graphics and editing content and scheduling content. Okay. And I'm able to support and direct them on what they're doing so that it actually connects to what we are doing. So the two are bringing in actual money. And then you're not feeling funny when you got to go pay your team. It's like, okay, I'm paying them for stuff that's not actually helping me bring in clients. We're staying visible, but like it's not actually helping me bring in clients. I know, girl. I told you. I know. So I want you to shoot me a DM right now, I want you to shoot me a DM over on Facebook, over on Instagram, over on TikTok at the Kiera Jones, 𝐾𝐖𝐓'A_JONES. Shoot me a DM. We can chat. You can also text the number 518-855-1KJC. Kiera Jones Coaching, Kiera Jones Consulting, whatever you want the C to be. Kiera Jones, get me clients. Oh! So 518-855-1KJC or 1552. And you can also go to kierajones.com/call, CALL, if you want to just grab a call, set up some time, and we'll be able to chat on, chat you and I inside of a call over on Zoom. All righty. All right, my loves. Until next time, love, shine, and success. Make sure you share this video with a biz bestie, a mastermind sister, an accountability buddy who you know needs to hear it. But here's the thing, who you know wants to bring in more pre-sold buyers. Do not send this to anybody. If they just want to get more calls, this is not the video for them because that's not what we do. I'm not focusing on helping you get more calls. I don't want to just add 20 more calls to your calendar to take more time and you still go and use the same exact messaging and the things that you have. I actually want to make sure, hey, can we actually just get 10 pre-sold clients on your calendar, or can we get 5 pre-sold clients in your DMs who are like, hey, I'm in, I just need the link, and then 5 pre-sold clients on your calendar and you actually have 100%, or even if it was 80% conversion, or whatever on your calendar. And so by the time you do the calculation, you're actually going to end up hitting the same conversion, maybe even higher, as if you would have had those 20 who weren't even pre-sold, who are wasting your time. Oh, okay. That's the friend you need to send this to. You will be a better friend to do that. Go ahead and bless them with it. All right, loves. I'll see y'all later. Talk to you soon. I'll look out for your DMs. And if you did DM me while we were on this live stream, then know that I will be checking them at some point within today and tomorrow morning when I come back in the office. All right, loves. Talk to you soon. Bye. Thank you so much. See you later.